Rural Focus.
Triple M, it is Troy with you this morning. On the program right now, chatting with Rhianna Harby. Rhianna, good morning there to you.
Good morning, Troy. How are you today?
Oh, not too bad. Now, I believe that you're the Kimberley Regional Ambassador for the RRR Network. Can you tell us, what does that mean, being a Regional Ambassador? What does it mean to you? And, well, how do you sort of get to be one?
Yeah, for sure. So the RRR Network is the Rural Regional Remote Women's Network of Western Australia. And in short, we try to ensure that we're understanding and advocating on key issues in the region for women across WA. Now, we do span the whole state of WA, and we've got an ambassador in each region. And I was lucky enough to be nominated as the Kimberley Regional Ambassador. And that means that I work across the Kimberley, and it is a volunteer role, but it's quite important in terms of being the ears and eyes and voice for the region, and meeting and working with a number of different women across the region in a lot of different industries as well. So originally it was a lot about agriculture. However, it's now diversified to ensure that we're reaching and empowering the right women all across different industries to bring it all together and really try and help regional women advocate and voice on their issues.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I also believe that the RRR Network, they've done their annual survey, What RRR Women Want. Today we're going to chat about some of the data of that has come through from that. Can you explain some of the data that has come through from the survey?
Yeah, absolutely. So the survey was recently run across the state and then obviously broken down into each region's results. We were asking women about a lot of issues in terms of lifestyle, employment, family circumstances, why they live in the region. We really wanted to get a better understanding of people's priorities, what they love and maybe don't love about living in the region, and what their expectations were and what their needs were and what their wants were as well in terms of further education or more health support, more childcare support, living. The cost of living is another big piece.
Yeah.
So it was getting a better understanding across the board about lifestyle, living, employment, just general services, etc.
So how happy, or should I say, how satisfied are the women with their life there around the Kimberley?
The Kimberley represented approximately 7% of the survey results, and we were quite happy to see that there was a 65% satisfied result. But if you add in the 25% very satisfied, we're starting to head towards 90%, which, to be honest, I was quite surprised at. I thought that there would be a lot more dissatisfaction, particularly around services and support. But I think we're pretty lucky here in the Kimberley. We do have a pretty good lifestyle, and that really has shown through in the results. And interestingly, the Kimberley was in the top 3 regions for the highest levels of satisfaction.
Yeah, right.
So we're sharing the happy vibes with Great Southern and the Peel regions as well.
Okay, so what were the top 2 priorities, say, coming out of the Kimberley communities?
For sure. Now, look, it won't be any surprises. I feel this might be the same across the state in most regions, but health and housing are definitely the top 2 priorities.
Yeah.
In the Kimberley, health, there's so many great services, but just to get a GP appointment, for example, you can be waiting anything between 2 and 4 weeks. We are very lucky that a lot of things are starting to be addressed, like we've got St John Ambulance Urgent Care, which has recently opened up for urgent appointments. You might have to wait, but it means you're not waiting at the emergency centre at the hospital, which can take a lot longer. And it's also taking pressure off the hospitals with those emergency services by having urgent care available. And then housing, you look at how much it costs to rent a house, how much it costs to buy a house, and then there's all the insurance issues. They're big challenges for everyone. And in the region, particularly in places like the Kimberley where we've got cyclone rating requirements, we have a lot of struggles with insurances and the costs there, the cost of living. So no surprises there. Definitely health and housing are huge 2 top priorities for Kimberley communities.
Were there any other priorities, say, for the ladies around the Kimberley?
Yeah, it was really nice to see that we were quite on the money with this one as well when it comes to social connectiveness. So I think the isolation plays a big part in the regions, and in the Kimberley it's no different. 65% of people said that they need more social connectiveness to their communities and their family and friends. So that is a big piece that we're trying to assist with, followed closely by education and training opportunities at 49%. And I think, again, the same deal, we're limited to a certain extent.
Yeah.
There has to be demand for a lot of those services, and there's certainly demand, but is it enough for the investment piece? And it's how do we tackle that and get a collective investment happening to assist with training and education? A lot falls onto that training and education piece is the availability of women to be able to go and get that training and education, which also then falls into, is childcare services available if they have children, for example, or how many on-site hours do they need for training and education versus online hours? And, that constant balance of how to make it work is a big problem that we try and help women tackle, and we try and get the right corporate services in place to assist women with having flexibility for those options to ensure they can take on those options.
So it sort of sounds like most of the ladies there are pretty well quite happy in a way there, Rhianna.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, to be honest.
Well, Kimberley's a great place to live, so why wouldn't you be? What might cause, say, some Kimberley people to leave, according to the survey?
Yeah, the highest percentages were distance from family, and that rated at about 50% of people saying they would like to be closer to extended family. I think, look, from my personal experience, I don't have any family with me up in the Kimberley, but we've got a very good network of friends that are like family, and I think everyone can relate to that lives in the region. But it would be so much easier just having mum and dad or the brothers and sisters around just to help and just to hang out with from that emotional point of view. So I hear everyone when they say that. And then the lack of healthcare and other essential services, that was rating around 43%, which, as we discussed earlier, is a big challenge when you're sick and you need that help. Sometimes it gets really hard, and people are flying or driving to Perth to get those health services when they start to get desperate. And the last but not least was children's schooling. 35% said they will potentially leave because of the schooling requirements. So it might be their kids are having to go to boarding school, which isn't appropriate, or the level of services, in particular specialist areas, or, there's a number of reasons for that.
Where can the ladies go to find out more about this survey? Can they go to the RRR Network website?
Yeah, absolutely. If they head to rrrnetwork.com.au, we have some of the information available there, and they can always contact us via the website as well as need be. And there's survey links available, which we can send out via email, or if they join to the newsletter, we've definitely got a lot of the information on a fortnightly, monthly basis in the newsletter as well.
All right, go ahead and do that. And how are things in the Kimberley? Here, like other parts of WA, you're getting some rain.
We certainly are. We had a wall of water for about 12 hours yesterday, and it was a nice change up. A little odd for dry season up here when we're usually got perfect weather conditions and blue skies and the sun is shining. So, my washing definitely got wet on the line yesterday, and I was not impressed by that.
Was it a rewash?
It was a go and hang it in the garage and let it literally, there was like water dripping out everywhere. I had to wring it all out and redo it again. Yeah.
Hey, lovely to chat. Keep up the good work there in the Kimberley, and we will hopefully chat with you again very soon.
Sounds wonderful. Thanks, Troy.